Hi everyone, this is Warren. Welcome to Dynasty Decoded. Last time, we talked about how Gun was chosen at a critical moment and entrusted with the mission of controlling the Great Floods. Not long after Gun left home, an elderly man named Yuhua showed up at his house. Seeing that the old man looked hungry, Yu brought him some food and sat down to chat with him. As they talked, Yu realized something. Wow, this old man really knows a lot. So he asked his mother, Nuxai, "Mom, can I study under Master Yuhua?" Nuxai didn't really understand these things herself, nor did she know whether Yuhua's knowledge was truly valuable. But since Yu had already learned a great deal from his father, Gun, she trusted his judgment. If Yu thinks he's a great teacher, then he probably is. And so, she agreed. From that day on, Yuhua became Yu's teacher for the next 3 years. 3 years later, Yuhua said to Yu and Nuxai, "I've taught you everything I know. There's nothing more I can teach him, so in a few days, I'll be leaving." Yu was shocked. "What? Why do you have to leave? Even if you've taught me everything, you can still stay." Yuhua smiled. "You don't understand. Our time together has come to an end. I can't stay any longer. Oh, and one more thing. I've noticed you're very interested in flood control. I imagine that's because your father taught you a lot about it? It's a shame, really. I own a special book about controlling floods, but I don't have it with me right now. With your skills, and with that book, I'm certain you'll succeed in taming the floods someday. Tell you what, if I get the chance, I'll have someone deliver it to you." Hearing those words, "you'll succeed in controlling the floods someday," sent a chill through Yu's heart. Wait a second. Didn't that imply that his father would fail? No, that couldn't be right. His father had been away fighting the floods for 3 years now. Other than occasionally sending money home, he had never once returned to rest. He was experienced. He was hard-working. And he even claimed to have a secret weapon. How could he possibly fail? So, how was Gun's flood control project actually going? Let's go check on him. As soon as Gun met Emperor Yao, Yao asked him how he planned to deal with the floods. Gun gave the same answer he had always given. When water comes, block it. When floods rise, build embankments. The moment Yao heard that, he reacted exactly the way you once had. "What you're saying is, you're planning to stop the floods with earthen dams?" "Exactly," Gun replied. Yao frowned. "But Kongren already tried that. It didn't work. Using the same method, under almost the same circumstances, and expecting a different outcome, the odds aren't great. Are you sure you don't want to try another approach?" Gun smiled. "You're right, but you left out one important detail. The time may be similar. The method may be similar. But the person using it is different. Kongren and I are not the same. And besides..." Gun leaned forward slightly. "I have a secret weapon." Yao raised an eyebrow. "A secret weapon? What is it?" "I'm sorry, but I don't have it yet. If you trust me, let me keep the secret a little longer. Once it's in my hands, I'll explain everything." Seeing how confident Gun seemed, Yao decided to trust him. "Very well. Do what you need to do. If you require any help, tell me immediately. And if you encounter any difficulties, report them right away." Gun laughed. "Don't worry. There won't be any difficulties. And there definitely won't be any problems." The next morning, however, Gun still hadn't started any flood control work. The ministers quickly gathered around him. "Well, aren't you going to start?" Gun calmly replied, "Be patient. I already told Emperor Yao that I need to obtain a special item first. Just wait. You'll soon see me solve this flood problem." The ministers exchanged skeptical looks. A special item? That sounds suspiciously like an excuse. But none of them knew anything about flood control, so no one could challenge him. And so, everyone could only wait. But what exactly was this so-called secret weapon? Before leaving home, Gun had brought 2 trusted followers with him, De Zhang and Shu Hai. Years ago, Gun had saved both of their lives, and ever since then, they had been fiercely loyal to him. Not long after arriving in Yao's capital, Gun summoned the 2 men. "You will each take 500 soldiers and travel to the locations I've marked. And here." He handed each of them a sealed letter. "Whatever you do, Do not open these letters before the 5th day of the 5th month. If you do, it could cost you your life." The two men accepted their orders and set off immediately. Since they trusted Gun completely, neither questioned him. As for Gun himself, after sending them away, he secretly led 1,000 soldiers toward yet another mysterious destination. What was he planning? Why all the secrecy? Finally, the 5th day of the 5th month arrived. The mystery was about to be revealed. De Jong and Shu Hai opened their letters. After reading them, both men stared in confusion. That's it. The letters contained nothing but instructions about digging a certain kind of soil, where to find it, and how to collect it. There was only one unusual rule: once the digging began, nobody was allowed to speak. Anyone who violated the order would be executed. Neither man understood why digging dirt required so much secrecy and ceremony. Still, they trusted Gun completely. So they followed every instruction to the letter. After carefully surveying the area, both groups discovered exactly what Gun had described. The strange soil was real. After repeatedly reminding their soldiers to follow the rules, they began digging. Before long, both missions were completed successfully. Gun's mission had gone smoothly as well. With their tasks finished, everyone returned to the capital. Looking at the enormous piles of dirt stacked before him, Gun grinned. "Excellent. The secret weapon is finally here. Now we can begin controlling the floods." The ministers looked at the mountains of soil and couldn't help laughing. "You're kidding, right? It's dirt. Just dirt. There's dirt everywhere." Gun smirked. "That's where you're wrong. This isn't ordinary soil. We risked our lives to steal it." That only made the ministers laugh harder. "Steal dirt? That's ridiculous." Gun crossed his arms. "That's because you don't know what this is. This soil has a special name. It's called Zirang." He pointed toward the piles. "This magical earth has an incredible property. Whenever water rises, it grows. If the flood rises 10 feet, the soil rises 10 feet too. With enough Zirang, we can build the perfect embankment and stop the floods completely." The ministers fell silent. Gun continued. "Zirang belongs to the gods. Without their permission, the only way to obtain it was to steal it. That's why I waited until the 5th day of the 5th month, when the heavenly gods would be away. That's also why I couldn't tell anyone about it beforehand. If word got out, or if someone made too much noise during the excavation, the gods might discover what we were doing. And if the heavenly emperor found out we had stolen his treasure..." Gun paused. "We'd probably all be dead." Then he smiled. "But now that we've got it safely in our hands, there's nothing left to worry about." Gun had finally obtained the secret weapon he had been talking about. But would it really allow him to control the flood successfully? How would the story unfold? We'll have to wait until next time to find out. Thanks for coming to my show. I hope you enjoyed today's story. See you next time.